We're here to talk about a case that happened tonight, a disturbing case that happened tonight at one of our intersections, drive-by. I'm going to let Director Sean Coursey explain the details of the investigation as we know it so far. Sean?
Hey, good evening. So tonight at approximately 6:23 p.m., our patrol officers responded to the 5700 block of Moncrief Road West, reference to a shooting. They arrived at approximately 6:26 p.m. When they arrived, they discovered a red SUV that had 5 victims in that vehicle. One of the victims was a 20-year-old male. He was the driver of the vehicle. He is currently at a local hospital. He suffered a gunshot wound, and he's in critical condition. We had a 13-year-old male who was also in that vehicle. He suffered gunshot wounds and is deceased. We had an 11-year-old male, also suffered gunshot wounds. He is at a local hospital. He is in stable condition right now. And there was a 14-year-old and a 15-year-old male who are also in that vehicle. They did not sustain any physical injuries. So far, the investigation has revealed that all of the victims had just left the Legend Center at 5130 Sutil Drive. We believe they were there trying out for a football team. We believe the 21-year-old, the driver of that vehicle, was actually one of the coaches for the teams, and he was bringing those kids home. The victims were traveling west on Moncrief, and they stopped at the intersection of Moncrief and US 1 when unknown subjects shot into that vehicle numerous times, striking those victims. Right now, the detectives and the officers are conducting their investigations, interviewing witnesses, conducting canvases. Like I said, the surviving victims were transported to the local hospitals. And if anyone out there has any information, we would please ask them to call Crime Stoppers or JSO non-emergency. If y'all have any questions for me or the sheriff, we'll take them.
There's a lot. So you said it was an unknown driver. Is there any? Did anyone give you maybe a description of this driver? Or?
We have some descriptions. We're working on that now. They're interviewing witnesses. They're listening to 911 calls. So they're working on that as we speak.
Do you know if there were multiple people in the second vehicle that did the shooting?
In the suspect,
Yes.
we don't know at this point.
Any idea how many shots were fired total?
It was numerous. We had numerous shell casings at the scene.
Yeah, so listen, I'm very frustrated at this. I don't like it. I don't think it should ever happen under any circumstance. To indiscriminately drive by a vehicle and fire shots into it, not knowing who's inside the vehicle, is uncalled for, unnecessary, and I ask the community this: can we please stand together? Can we please fight this problem that we're having in our community? Because it's very frustrating, should not happen, and we lost a 13-year-old kid tonight, just going home from football practice. So I will say this to anyone who's out there responsible: we're not going to rest, we're going to work, we're going to continue to work until we find out who's responsible. We ask our community to come join in, to help us and tell us and give us any information that you can, because this is just not acceptable and not the way our community deserves to be treated.
Sheriff, is it believed that were any of the victims, are they relatives or just all friends?
We don't know that yet. We know that they were young, and it's completely unnecessary, horrible, and should not happen.
So do you believe this was just simply targeted, or do you think it was just
It's hard to tell. It's still early. Our detectives we have several detectives on scene. We have task forces on scene. We have a lot of people on scene trying to determine why it happened. And we're going to continue to work throughout the night, throughout tomorrow, as long as we have to, until we can bring this thing to a conclusion. So all hands are on deck, and we're going to work as hard as we can to try to find out what happened.
What are the efforts right now being done to find the person responsible? It seemed like there was a chopper in the air.
Yes.
And I think actually on this road alone, it looked like there was some, or maybe a different, but there was also some detectives.
So we have our air units out, we have our detectives out looking for video surveillance. Everything that we can, any stone that we can turn over, we're going to turn it over. And that's what they're doing. There's a lot of manpower out here doing that. And we're going to keep doing that throughout the night.
And how long will the roads be closed?
That's hard to tell. We have a rather large crime scene up there, and I don't think we can rush it. We shouldn't rush it. I would just ask the community to be patient, allow us the time to work it very meticulously, so we can gather all the evidence that we can to move forward.
Did you guys shut down the football tryouts immediately after, or did they continue to
They were apparently they were leaving there, so I don't think they had to shut those down.
Sheriff, you also said, before you became sheriff, you were talking about you wanted to get known shooters off the streets. Do you think it could be a known shooter behind this one?
It's hard to tell. I mean, I guess anything is possible at this point, but we need some time to investigate it, and we're going to be able to do that and try to work that out for us.
Is there anything in the meantime can be done to make maybe the area safer? You can put more patrol units around.
I would just ask this: our patrol officers are going to be out. They're going to be out for a while. I would ask people to remain vigilant. If you see anything suspicious that you don't quite know what it could be, or if anything, just call us and let us know. As soon as we get a clear description of any vehicles, we're going to make sure the public knows.
So you don't have an idea what vehicle?
No, not yet.
Did you find a gun or anything or any sort of weapon?
No,
in the streets or
just shell cases.
Just a bunch of cases. I also had a question for you, John. If you don't
Yes, sir.
mind. I mean, just in general, it kind of seemed like you were getting a little choked up talking about this. And kind of just, I mean, it's disturbing cases, as the sheriff said.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime anyone loses their life in our community, it's disturbing. When it's a 13-year-old, it's unacceptable. I mean, I've been doing this job a long time, as the sheriff has. Anytime a kid's life is taken, it's a horrible event. Affects the whole community, and that includes JSO and the police. So it's disturbing to all of us.
Sheriff, you've had an emphasis on zoning and looking at the zoning districts here. In light of this shooting, is there going to be any kind of special attention put on this particular part of Jacksonville?
There's going to be special attention around this case and around this part of Jacksonville until we can find out who did this, until we can stop those that will do this in the future. So yeah, we're going to focus heavily on it.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you.